Hello, everyone. In this video, I will show you how to trigger and execute SKYVVA Outbound Interface in Salesforce. Introduction. In this video, we demonstrate how to trigger and execute a SKYVVA Outbound Interface in Salesforce. The SKYVVA Trigger is used to automatically generate trigger scripts. With this tool, you can generate the invokeCallout v2 and v3 code directly inside a trigger, so developers no longer need to write it manually. The generated code can be copied from the trigger generation screen and pasted into the trigger implementation, allowing developers to customize it as needed. SKYVVA provides multiple trigger generation options to support different use cases. You can generate sample scripts for Quick Action, Apex Trigger, Scheduled Apex, Salesforce Flow, Manual Process, and more. Let's start. We already have an existing integration, so click on the integration. Click on the Interface tab to create a new interface. In this case, we already have an interface set up for both inbound and outbound. Click to open the outbound interface and view details. The interface has been linked with a REST message type request, but you can also use the interface without a message type. Click Open Mapping button. As you can see, the mapping is already defined. We're just showing it here. Click Save button. Then click on Interface Inbound to view detail. For inbound link with REST message type response, open the mapping. The mapping is already defined. Save button. Click on Outbound Interface. Scroll down Find section. Inbound and outbound setup to link inbound interface on response field. Select interface name. Click Save button. Go to inbound interface to link outbound interface on request field. Select outbound interface name and Save button. Click on Adapter tab to create new adapter. Click New button. Enter name of adapter. Choose adapter type REST. Select outbound direction. And select active status. Select authentication type basic. Enter the username. Enter the password. Select operation post. Enter the API service endpoint URL. Request format and response as JSON. We didn't go into the details again since this was already explained in the earlier video on creating the adapter. The adapter was created successfully. Click on it to test verify. Click Test the connection. My adapter is tested with the WireMock Cloud API, so here is the response body returned from WireMock. Click on Outbound Interface to link adapter on it. Find section Outbound Setup. Click Edit icon and select the adapter name. Then save the interface. Go to the Integration tab, click Show More. Click on the SKYVVA Trigger page. In the trigger script generation, these are the available trigger types: Button, Apex Trigger, Apex Trigger CDC, Change Event Trigger, and Quick Action. The other trigger types are demonstrated in a separate video. Now we choosing with Quick Action type. Select the integration name. Select the interface outbound name. SKYVVA callout mode that supports synchronous processing. Click on Generate Script button. Here, you can see that we have the script generation component along with its script generation JS controller. Copy the script generation component to create the Lightning component. Go to Setting, click Developer Console. Click on File, select New, and select Lightning component. Enter the name, and checkbox Lightning Quick Action. Click Submit. Pass the script generation component on screen. Click Save the component. Select on the controller, and to copy script generation JS controller. Then paste in controller and click Save. Then go to Setup, click Object Manager, and click on Account Object. Select on the triggers. Then select on Buttons, Links, and Actions. Click New Action button. Select the action type as Lightning component. Select the name of the Lightning component that was created in the Developer Console. Enter name of label. Then just place your mouse cursor on the name field. Then click Save button. Now we have created action button already. Click on Page Layouts. Click on Account Layout. Select on Mobile and Lightning Action. Name the action button. Here is it, drag the field and place it under Salesforce Mobile and Lightning Experience Actions. Click on Quick Save button. After adding it to the page layout, the button will appear on the account detail page. Click on App Launcher, find the account object. Click One Record. You can see the button action that was created. Now, when we click this button, the record will be triggered and sent out. Click on that button, and the record will be sent out. The record has been sent successfully. Go to check the message monitor. Here you can see that one complete message has been created. It includes the API request message containing the account request data and the API response message showing the account as creation. Now let us show you the response and request data from WireMock Cloud. Here is the request data that we click Send by button callout. And here is the response data into Salesforce. Now click on New Account to send out again. You can see the message create one more with request message and response message. Now let's show you the process using the Apex trigger type. We're using the old interface. Go to the SKYVVA Trigger page. Apex Trigger in SKYVVA allows you to automatically send data to an external system whenever a Salesforce record is created or updated. SKYVVA generates the Apex Trigger code for you, so you don't have to write it manually. Select the Apex Trigger type. You can choose the trigger event depending on your needs, such as before update, before delete, after insert, after update, and after delete. For this example, we are choosing after update. Select the integration name. Select the interface name. Select the object account. We have with to mode, all field based in mapping and only changed field. Only changed field, this option, SKYVVA will not send all the mapped fields. It will only send the fields that were modified during the update. All fields based on mapping. With this mode, SKYVVA sends every field you mapped, every time the trigger runs, even if the data didn't change. This ensures the external system always receives the complete record. Now selected it. Select the invokeCallout v3. The SKYVVA callout mode support with auto, future, batch, and queuable. Now we select with batch. Click Generate Script button. Here is the script. Copy it to create Apex Trigger in Object Account. Click on Setting, then click Setup. Click on Object Manager.
Click on Account.
Click on Trigger. Click New button. Enter the script Apex Trigger that generate on screen. Enter the name. And click Save. Here is the trigger after creating. Select one record. Now, we edit value on account number. After save the record, the update action triggers the outbound interface, and the record is sent out automatically. Now go to check the message monitor. Here you can see that one complete message has been created. It includes the API request message containing the account request data. Here is the API response message returned from the callout, indicating that the account record has been successfully created. This is the request payload that Salesforce sends to WireMock. Here is the response payload returned from WireMock into Salesforce after the callout. This is the icon for the direction outbound message. And this is the icon for the direction inbound message. Click on iMessage to view detail. Click on Business Request Message to view the data. You can see that iData received all mapped fields, not just the updated account number, because the send mode is set to all fields based on mapping. And here is the business response message. The Apex Trigger will trigger the outbound process whenever a record is updated in Salesforce because we selected the After Update Trigger event. It will execute based on the conditions defined when generating the trigger script. Click on the Scheduler tab. We'll show you with the Scheduler Apex function. Scheduler Apex is used to automate interfaces. It lets you schedule outbound or inbound processing so that Salesforce sends or receives data automatically at the time intervals you choose, without needing manual action. We can schedule interface execution in 3 ways. Per integration execution runs all interfaces inside the selected integration. Per interface group execution runs only the interfaces inside one interface group. Per interface execution runs a single interface at the scheduled time. Now we will start with integration execution. Set time interval. We have option run with every minute and run at. The run at option lets us choose when the scheduler runs. We can schedule it daily, weekly, or monthly. For daily, it runs every day at the selected time. For weekly, it runs on a selected day of the week. And for monthly, it runs on a specific day of the month. But in this demo, we select with Run every minute. Setting time 2 minute.
Click Save.
After setting time interval, we can click button Start. The scheduler starts successfully. When the next scheduled runtime is reached, the SKYVVA Scheduler Apex job will automatically execute the interface. During this scheduler process, if there are any updated records, they will be sent out through the outbound interface. Go to Setup, check the scheduled jobs. Now, we will update this account. Updated the value on account number. Then Save button. When the scheduler is executing, it will send out the records. Check the message monitoring. Here is one complete message that has been created. You can verify the full request data from the updated account in Salesforce, and this is the response data. One more case we will demonstrate is the invokeCallout using Salesforce Flow. Click on Setup, find the flow.
Click on Flow.
Click on New Flow button. Select Record Triggered Flow. It will pop up screen. Configure Start. Select the object whose records will trigger the flow when they are created, updated, or deleted. As you can see, there are many objects available. For this demo, we are selecting the account object. Select the Configure Trigger. The flow can be triggered when a record is created, updated, or updated and deleted. Now we choose with a record is created and update. Select the conditions requirement have. All conditions are met. Any condition is met. Custom condition logic and formula evaluates to true are the available options. You can choose the one that fits your needs. For this demo, we will choose all conditions are met. Set condition, select field billing country equal Phnom Penh. Add condition more. Select account number field equal test 001. Choose every time a record is updated and meets the condition requirements. Click Save button. Enter the flow label and click in the Flow API name field to auto-populate it and save. Click on button below Run immediately. Click on Action. Search for the Apex action type, then select Execute Outbound Interface Apex from the list. Selected it. Then enter the label name and click in the API name field to auto-populate it. Select a resource to provide as input for the selected action. Search Trigger Account, select on it, and select Account ID. Enter the integration name. Enter the integration name and interface name. Enable the API version number based on the interface. If interface v2 input v2 and interface v3 input v3. Click Save as New Version button. Click Active Status button. Now the flow was activated. Go to the newly created account and make sure the values match the conditions defined in the Salesforce Flow. If the conditions are met, the flow will trigger and send the record out. If the conditions are not met, nothing will be sent. Click Save. The account created successfully. Check the message monitor. As you can see here, whenever a record is inserted or updated in Salesforce and meets the configured trigger conditions defined in the flow, the outbound process is triggered automatically. Now, let's update the record again. Updated the value on billing city. Then save. Now, open the message monitor. You can see that one more message has been created. The SKYVVA invokeCallout feature can be used in multiple different use cases. Finally, we'll manually run the interface using the Interface Processing button. The manual process was successful, and the Apex job is still processing. When the Apex job finishes, the message will be created. Summary: the SKYVVA invokeCallout feature is designed to send Salesforce data to external systems automatically. The SKYVVA Trigger can automatically generate the necessary code for invokeCallout v2 or v3, so developers don't need to write it manually. The generated code can be copied and customized as needed. SKYVVA also offers multiple trigger generation options to support different scenarios, including Quick Action, Apex Trigger, Scheduled Apex, Salesforce Flow, Manual Process, and more. Thanks you for watching. See you the next video.